Hey Steve, thanks for taking the time to hop on the call here today. Just so everybody knows here, I know you're in the Greater Toronto area, and yeah, just so people know, like, how did you really find out about us?
Oh, that it's been a while. I think I ran across one of your Facebook ads, and I've used a fair amount of lead generation programs in the past. So I was looking for something that, would keep that process going for me.
Makes
And,
sense.
you
Yeah,
know,
totally, totally. So when you were looking at other companies there, what did you feel like resonated with you when you spoke to us? What made you pull the trigger to work with us?
well, I think from what I gathered, you guys do a lot more. It's a lot more educational. You're training and supporting. You're not only just doing the work, but it gives me the opportunity to learn more about how the marketing program works and how to be a bit more self-reliant as well, which is important.
Yeah, 100%. Too many companies now just kind of blindside you, and it ends up leading to just you being dependent on them, right? So 100% true. As far as your journey goes working with us here, when we first started, you were essentially, your pipeline wasn't quite full. And now, fast forward, you've got a bunch of leads that you're working with here. What did that process look like? How did when we first started, what clicked to you right away that, yeah, this is making sense?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the past few couple of years or the past year has been a challenge for the industry as a whole. So I had decided that I really wanted to do some investment and develop some opportunities. You can't just wait for business to come to you. So I really spent some time developing a way that I could get business. If it's not today business, that's fine. But certainly identifying some opportunities that I can work with, and they'll once the market conditions improve a little bit, and that stuff is going to come back to us. But working with you guys, it did give me a significant amount of new opportunity, and also the ability to keep top of mind with current clients as well.
Awesome, awesome. And in terms of, I remember when we first started, our ad cost was going up, and then we made a few tweaks, and it obviously got cut in half. What would you say really in that whole process? Like, what was your small win, perhaps, like in the entire program? Anything particular that you felt like, okay, this was something that was a small step towards the bigger goal, perhaps?
Well, I think with you guys, yeah, you're right. I mean, the ad spend was, or the ad cost was surprisingly low compared to some of the other programs that I've tried. And I think that goes to sort of the dynamic nature of how you guys do things. I mean, you're paying attention to what's going on, you're creating the ads and managing them properly, and not just, copying, pasting everybody else's ad and hope, you know, fingers crossed, hoping that some business happens.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, Facebook is continually changing, and you have to keep changing with it, because that's going to maximize the value. I think with you
100%.
guys, that happens.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Yes, Facebook's constantly adding new rules. They're actually speaking of now like pretty much taking away the detailed targeting aspect and just like going right with whatever your video or your image is. That's really
Yeah.
what's going to determine who you target. So it's quite interesting times ahead, and yeah, staying on top of mind is crucial. When it comes to like, let's say your big win overall as of right now, what would I know you've landed essentially one client here, and she is in the works of really purchasing a place. How much of a commission would you think that would be roughly?
Well, she's working on. I mean, we're working on a program with her. She's actively looking. It's a little bit of a difficult, or it's a little bit of a challenging situation, but truly there is something for everybody. So it's just a matter of being patient and getting to that perfect place for her. That's going to be a good chunk of commission, certainly. She's got it. She's in the mid range price point. But through the program as well, I have a lot of nurture opportunities. I've got people that are in the mortgage process. I've got people that are, the way the market is now, the dynamics of the market tend to keep people looking, and they keep expecting new things to happen. But I think right now, as we see interest rates stabilize, pricing is inching down in a lot of areas. And I'm in the Eastern GTA, so we've seen corrections over the past few years. So I think there's definitely some opportunity in the market.
Do you
So
think that if the market kind of starts to shift the way you're explaining, that you will have multiple deals essentially all probably transact more or less around the same time, perhaps?
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are waiting for, inspiration, and they're waiting for that magical, bubble to pop. But in reality, one of the most important things about nurturing clients, even, especially clients that you've gained through marketing, online marketing, is educating the clients, keeping top of mind. And that's one of the things that the CRM that you provide helps through SMS messaging and through email messaging. I can continually give them new information. I can give them, you know, mortgage rate updates. I can give them market updates, and that's really helpful.
I appreciate that. That's awesome. So over and overall, let's say like you're in an info, like a late night commercial here, before and after. Let's just say like you're essentially, you're before how things were before joining the program, and now it could be personal or professional, but what really do you find that now you have clarity with or you've gained from the program?
Well, I mean, I've learned a lot about, you know, how to structure the ads correctly. The one of the great things that I've learned as well is the power of video ads, because I think the response level for the video ad is much better than just a regular, photo ad with text on it saying, promising a magical price list of houses. The video ad aspect is amazing, and I think that's really the future.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I remember when we ran your ads, like cost per lead was roughly around $6 to $8 ish.
Yeah.
How many, let's say, active clients would you say you have at the moment in your database from that?
I'd have to look. I mean, I think it's, in terms of what I've gained through the program, probably a couple of hundred, I'm not going to say serious, but certainly engaged people that are paying attention to the marketing materials, and that are, you know, definitely serious clients that are looking, whatever their timeline is. That's really the key, is the timelines. Some people are early into their program, some people are looking for, perhaps to downsize, and they're waiting for that key time. But certainly the engagement level with the video ad was far superior than what I've experienced in the past.
Awesome, awesome. I appreciate that. So, on average, Steve, how much time would you say you spend just to stay on top of mind and like engage with your leads to have those opportunities now, like on a weekly basis?
Well, I mean, from a, standpoint of sending information, things like that, I'm doing at least a couple of touch points a week with market information or those kinds of things, deals of the week, whatever the case. And then, yeah, I mean, prospecting is a daily task. So, you have to be engaging with, especially, clients or leads that are strong. You got to be engaging with them very often, and that's something that the CRM allows me to do really effectively. And then, spending a couple hours a day just reaching out to clients and making sure that the key is really for them to remember who you are. When they have questions or when they have interests and concerns, things like that, they need to call you. And it's hard because, especially Facebook leads, if they're clicking on your ad, they're also clicking on probably 5 or 6 other ads, and they're just sort of hoovering up massive amounts of information, and they get lost. And that's really when you're trying to help them, even if you're on an MLS drip, some clients, they have this massively broad criteria, and all they're getting is they're just getting hundreds of listings sent to them, and it's completely unproductive because there's just too much information. So the key is to get as close to what their perfect scenario is, so you can really help them get effective information.
Out there. Absolutely, 100% true. So just a last question here. If let's say someone is watching this video right now, what would you say to them if they're thinking of joining us?
Well, I can say from personal experience, there's a lot of different programs in the market. There's a lot of programs out there, but with what you guys are providing, the video ads, the assistance in creating those ads, and the tech support behind that, that's really valuable. And then the CRM support is extremely valuable. So, those are the things you have to look for when you're looking at a marketing program like you guys provide. You the tools are there, but also the expertise and the learning process is there as well. And the support with you guys is excellent.
I
The
appreciate
weekly calls, you know, all that stuff is terrific.
truly appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for taking the time, and you know what? We look forward to helping you hit your goals.